427 Texas speed 2650 Magnuson Supercharger on it. We got shit to do, bro.
Hello, is this thing on? Hello? Hi, I'm Nick. Some of you guys may know me from other videos where I jump trucks and do stupid things. But anyways, we're at Blake's house today, and today we're gonna talk about his TT bug. It's almost ready to be driven. I think he's going to the dyno today, but it's probably time to do a nice little catch up and get an overview of everything him and Kevin have done. So stay tuned and watch some cool stuff.
So, let's start this episode off with it's going great.
Today is going awesome.
This is the trials and tribulations. Basically, Dune Hoon threw a tune off of a similar engine package.
So like a base map tune to try to get us going and
on the trailer and stuff, you know, and all that good stuff.
Worked great yesterday for some reason, but it's cold.
It's a new day though, and you know what? Things just change every day. What do you want to talk about on this stuff?
I don't know, dude. Let's talk about this rig, brother.
You want to pull it outside, put some fuel in it, and we walk to get a good walk around it? Push it outside?
Hey,
Dickhead!
It's a summer truck anyways.
Dude, we got shit to do, bro.
okay, I'll just hang out. Oh god.
For those of you who are not well versed in fuel cells, inside fuel cells, oh, it's on the fuel already. There's a flapper valve. And what the flapper valve does inside that is for when you flip the car upside down, all the fuel will go pumping out of it.
Now
That's
it's got
good
the
stuff right
siphon
there.
effect. Brand new pump. My old pump, you had to sit here and just work on your.
Let's see that motion again there, Blake.
You had to work on your forearm strength all day. But brand new pump.
Ready to rip. Walk me through this rig, dude. Let's talk
go.
about this thing.
Let's go. This here is a tire. Rubber.
Good looking tire.
Always gotta have good rubbers. Body eater. These are their ATs by XCOM.
Okay.
I know the Hall brothers ran this at King of the Hammers, and they loved it. We had one well-deserved flat by Boulder at like 40, where I broke my neck. Methods, you know very well about these.
I do. Well versed in the method category. There's
With,
nice little sparkles in there. You can't see that with this camera. They just look dusty from here,
Yeah,
but they look good.
Swift Powder Coat did these here. Some local boys, super solid dudes. Camber Hubs. These are the 2.5-inch hubs, 6 on 6.5s, with big Willwood calipers on the back that you can see.
Nice ARP lug nuts.
Boom, 6 pistoners. Very similar setup to what like Casey Curry and some of those guys run. I'm gonna go through
Big brake
like
parts.
some of the hard parts, and then
Yeah.
Kevin get into like the geometry and all of this
Sure.
suspension work and chassis work. We're running a 427 Texas speed stroked re-sleeved LS platform with a big 2650 Magnuson Supercharger on it. The front accessories is running an LSX Concepts dual shear belt setup for the Supercharger.
Oh, I see.
Grip Tech pulley. These pulleys are pretty cool. They
Yeah.
have like little grippies on them.
How about for like the general public that doesn't understand how a supercharger works? You want to give a quick explanation as to what's going on?
There's 2 gears that go like this, boom, 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 and they take air and they compress it and then they shove it in the engine
Got it.
for more compression, more combustion, and more grunt.
More power, baby!
More sick burnouts, basically, is all that means.
Yeah, sickies.
It adds more to like the whole belt setup and all that stuff too, because
Yeah,
you've got
so-
all that jazz going on.
An extra 10 rib belt in front, so if we pop a belt on this thing, our race might be over.
Take a good amount of time to fix that.
Yeah.
And then there's all
this
this stuff back here. It adds a lot more moving parts, but I don't know. I'm guessing you guys are thinking that it's going to give you the edge that you need to go run with the big dogs, right?
This package, compared to some of the $80,000 plus TT package, is much more affordable. I mean, this whole thing's, you know, a quarter of the cost of that. But you were talking about this belt back here. So this is basically the jack shaft.
Okay.
So this allows you to have a front intake.
Got it. So you don't have to think spun around backwards.
Bigger internals and whatnot.
Yeah,
so it spins from the backside and just jack shafts it back there with a cog belt in the back.
I see.
This throttle body is a big old throttle body, but another custom trick ass part that Kevin designed and Funkhauser printed out was this 3D.
Oh, I see. To fit through the triangle here in the front, huh?
Yep. So the design still retains a 4-inch inlet.
So it's got the same volume and everything passing through. It's
The
just
circumference of
shaped.
the triangle is the same as the 4-inch circle, so
Yeah.
we keep the same volume of air going through it, even though the shape changes back and forth.
Got it. Science.
Comes down to an S&B filter.
It's because you guys watch a lot of Bill Nye as kids, huh?
Who's that?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy, dude?
Inspector Gadget.
Bill Nye, or Inspector Gadget.
I watched the Pink Panther, dude. That dude was smooth. Like, he
makes
even got
sense.
so much pink and shit.
These headers are very nice. I don't want to touch those.
They're not hot yet.
I know, but I don't want to stain them, mess them up.
They're gonna get some color today, boy.
For sure, I hope.
Good thing that purple drink's still flowing and we didn't spill nothing yet.
Yeah. Still pumping fuel. Talk to me about the inside of this thing, or you got more stuff on the front? What do you want to talk about?
Pure power alternator. We figured
Okay.
out our amperage. The amperage draw that we're gonna need with everything on. So they have a really cool logic and actual engineering behind their alternators. It's much different than others, so that's cool. Air motive, fuel pump, and regulator, and all their goodies for the entire fuel system.
I
They're
like all these fittings. All the colored fittings are cool.
colored fittings.
They're sick.
Yeah, and they're affordable, and the anodizing on them's really good. So like, we're stoked on them. Kevin turned us on to those.
Just
But,
adds a little flair to everything.
Some of the nicest quality fittings I've ever used.
Good.
Yeah,
It's the way they go together and everything.
absolutely.
Very nice. Very nice.
How power steering. You see how tight all that stuff is.
Yeah.
Kevin designed all the bracketry. You tell him about your bracketry work, dude.
It's a lot of moving pieces and parts and a pump down.
There's some metal stuff with a belt and some pulleys, and there's hoses and springs and stuff like all next to each other.
Oh my god.
And it was kind of a nightmare. The power steering pump is super tucked up next to the block.
Yeah.
And everything else
That's the control
snakes
valve.
around. Yeah, it's the
Oh,
control off the servo for the power steering. Jeremiah, he did the headers on this. It's super old. Everything's so tight. Like the steering shaft is like a millimeter away from it. And everything
Turning the
clears.
camera goofy.
Everything clears.
People at home are gonna get car sick.
Right.
It just kind of seems like even if like you can design the whole thing on the computer and do all that, and then still like it just gets so tight.
Right. Well,
Like,
so the original plan of this thing was not going to have this supercharger on it.
Got it.
You know, so we were originally talking we're going to race 6100, like with you guys. So,
Yeah.
The supercharger was kind of like an afterthought, and I had to make it work, and it was a little bit of a headache, but we made it all fit. Did you see this one? The shock and the supercharger pulley. It's all a little stressful,
A
but
little anxiety inducing. But hey, without the anxiety, what's the point, right? What's the point?
fun?
What's
Hey,
the
it's a cowboy.
Oh, look who it is! Give me fives.
Good morning.
Show them your front end spreader bar.
Oh yeah,
And
show
all
me
the-
some
and
cool
all the-
machine
and
parts.
all the tie
Let's see
rods.
the machine parts, bro.
Some stuff underneath.
Oh, all right, easy.
I'm
there.
polishing
There's a
it.
lot of
I'm polishing it up.
You've been using
dude.
that hand motion a
Man,
bunch today.
polishing.
Likes that.
dude.
So high
Oh.
performance, 3 1/4
Very
rack,
nice.
truck rack. With,
Very nice.
So ZRP did these custom tie rods for us. I gave them the dimensions, and yeah, they made these things up here, and we're super pumped.
Those
on
are
these.
actually really cool.
Super nice. And we have matching sway bar links on the rear
Nice.
too. So.
Yeah, you're not whittling that out on the hand. The
Yeah,
hand
I
lathe.
mean, that'll take a little time.
Yeah. Arms are good because you designed all this, right?
Yeah,
Arms,
so I designed
uprights,
this
upper
whole
arms, everything.
suspension on CAD and SolidWorks, and
Cool.
it was a little bit of a challenge. Like this car just has kind of a shorter stance than most other trucks,
Mm-hmm.
and the body is shorter and everything. In order to keep the suspension from like coming up out of the hood, I had
Yeah.
to do some tricks and
Yeah.
adjust the geometry accordingly to make it all work right. So
Looks
and to be
super
proportionate
good.
too. That
Yeah.
was our big thing. Is like we don't want to start with some other chassis that was just didn't really fit the whole scheme of the body. And
This is cool. Now, who cut all this stuff out? So you drew all this on the computer, and then you had somebody laser cut everything?
so yeah, our friends in Las Vegas, Precision Tube Laser,
Okay.
are the ones that did all the tube and plate work for us.
Nice.
With the exception of all the rolling, our buddies at Cal West Manufacturing did all the tube rolling.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And,
That's
yeah,
a lot.
That's like a totally different process.
Yeah.
For,
This would take a really long time to make all this by hand, too.
right.
No, thank you.
That was our original plan. Was like, well, Precision can't roll it. We'll just do it by hand. We're like, Cal West approached us and they said
Science, man.
They had the technology to make it happen, so we went with them and came out super bitching.
I like it. We got a Camber big trophy truck housing,
Yeah, Evan
trophy
Weller,
truck
third
hubs.
member.
Yeah, nice Evan Weller third.
Motive 10-inch.
Yeehaw, brother.
We tried something.
A staple and going fast. Evan Weller.
Here's
Racing.
the matching sway bar links.
Oh, yeah,
to see if
yeah,
you
yeah.
did Custom shit.
Those are cool. I like that.
74 weld sway bar arms.
Cool. It seems like you guys kept a lot of this stuff like in-house, like a lot of like local companies.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
It's rad. All the companies that we've all
support all the local guys.
Yeah, we've all dreamed about being able to
They've
buy all their parts
supported
and
us,
pieces.
so we want to
Yeah,
back to them. So.
I like it.
The 74 well.
We've already talked about this.
About it, man.
Quinn over there
Shout out
makes
to
real
Quinn.
nice parts. Woo! Very nice. Yeah.
On the next truck, though, we might have to have some of his portals on.
Yeah. Yikes! King of the hammers, brother. Talk to me about these coolers.
Coolers, they're cool, dude.
Tell me about how cool your coolers are, bro.
Coolers there are.
So there's one in the front that you see here. This is for the supercharger. It's called a heat exchanger.
Okay.
To keep the supercharger air intake temps down because you have friction from the internal components that obviously create heat and also can get heat soaked from the engine. So that's to help keep that whole top accessory cool as
Got
you're
it.
doing like the mad Bernie moves.
Yeah, and the supercharger was the one kind of worry that we had of. Or it's the
Air
one thing that
intake
everyone
temps.
kept telling us, like you got to make sure you keep your air intake cool. So, in addition to the big radiator in the front, we also have another 1.5 gallon reservoir.
Like a heat exchanger
for
down
the
below?
heat
Okay.
exchanger. So it's been kind of hard. You can kind of see it right up in here.
Jeez, man, I'm going around the other side. Oh, nice.
So
okay.
yeah, with this custom reservoir fits up in there nice, and this is the pump. This is your
God.
water pump for the supercharger system.
Holy smokes. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces,
Yeah, you
boys.
got the AccuSump.
Whoa, sick ass underdrive, dudes.
Underdrive.
Whoa.
El Cajon boys.
Yeehaw.
Check out those battery trays that Kevin made too.
Oh.
Full throttle batteries, dude. We've been cranking this thing, the life out of this thing. As you've
Yeah.
seen. And there's
We
still-
know.
Shush. But dude, I've had those batteries in like every ride since I started working with them like 3 years ago. And in Megalodon, I'll run that thing dead and then use my other battery, fire it up, and charge the other battery, and it's always been dialed. I
Perfect.
Can't believe it.
Perfect. It's nice, all the integrated everything here. It's something that, like, you don't realize, like on the big trucks, like you have to gusset everything. You gotta box it all, make it all nice and strong like.
Brick shit house.
Brick shit house. Yeah.
This is the AccuSump, so we don't have a dry
Oh.
sump motor, but basically you pressurize this and then you open that valve.
Yep.
And then if ever you do drop oil pressure, that has 1.5 quarts to shove it back into the engine to make sure that you maintain oil pressure
Just for emergencies.
for any of those like maybe like super like side hills or
Something goofy
nose
happens.
wheelie or whatever. but
My brother's F100 has an AccuSump on it, and it's definitely worked in time, so we've definitely needed it.
yeah.
Right, more colored fittings, dude. Sick.
Arizona drive shafts. These guys are super cool. They take care of a lot of the top dogs, and they
Yeah.
saw that we were building this, and they're like, "Let us put a shaft in it." And I'm like, "Shaft it up, dog."
That's what she said.
On today's episodes, we're going to talk a lot about weird hand gestures and drive shafts. Got it.
Yeah. Here's all the plumbing with a bunch of these purple color fittings. So we actually, with the color fittings, made it to where it was easy to identify a system. If there's, say, a crew member working on it. If it's teal, then it's water, fluid, a coolant. If it's purple, it's the purple drink, the VP110. Or if it's a -10, then it's all of the Maximo racing oil.
Got it. Right. That's pretty smart. That works good because that happens a lot when you have people helping and all that stuff. Why are we looking at? What is that? Is that your hair, dude?
Yeah, that's my hair.
Blood, sweat, and hair into that thing.
Yeah.
What's up with these hose clamps, bro? Trim those things.
No,
Careful,
it
dude.
makes it easy. But I just was all in tight spaces, man. We're gonna have to let Cowboy talk to you about his wiring job, though.
Yeah.
I mean, as you see on all the connectors, they're all labeled.
Yeah.
Using pro wire goods, you know, Joey.
Come on, Cowboy. Tell us about this thing.
Just a stock LS.
All dang right of a GMC pick 'em up truck. Go and put a wiring harness in her, fire it right on up. Except sometimes you don't want to fire on up.
All EFI system there and
All
fire
day,
that sucker up.
all day, got a quadrajet carbonator on that thing. Fires her right on up. Yeehaw.
We're running 2 switch froze, one for the body, one for the engine with overrides. Just your standard
Big truck
Yeah,
stuff.
big truck stuff.
I like it.
12-inch Holly dash.
How small the little wire, all the
all
mil-spec
mil-spec wire.
Yeah, very nice. Still works in progress, I see.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It looks good. That's like-
Engine's ready for dyno when she
Yeah.
starts today.
I think that the wiring is probably the most tedious part of any project.
Still pumping over there?
Yeah, again? How long is the truck?
There's gonna be clips of Blake doing this.
123
123
and 92.
and 92 inches wide.
What's
Cool.
your truck?
My truck's 121 and 92. So
You all got an inch on me. 2 inches length, 1 inch on width. These guys like to party.
Dude, we got down to the bottom of the barrel, where now it's
No more siphon.
You should be used to that motion by now.
This is a pretty cool new product also from Rigid. So
Yeah.
that's a chase bar that has its reds and
Got your ambers and your backup lights and everything in
white,
it.
blue.
Blue light?
You can even program.
You run a blue light?
No, but if you wanted to, for like
We're gonna throw all the
the
competition
razors
off.
and stuff. Also, kind of trick back here. These Armada billet,
Oh yeah.
bit large eyelets.
How fun are these to weld? They weld nice. Crank the heat up and they burn right on in. Those
And
work
that
real
is
well.
a AMG jack, all German auto jack.
AMG or AGM?
Or AGM. Sorry, it's still early. I've been pumping too much. But that thing just, yeah, pull that pin right there.
Oh, dude, watch the camera, bro. It's a rental.
Yeah, and then so you just slide her back into her home.
I like it. Oh, very nice. I like it.
It's pretty cool too. We integrated like these little gussets on the post as well to kind of captivate the tires and cradle them in towards
Oh,
the center.
I see down here, down the bottom.
Yep.
You look down in there, you can't see it. I like you guys' use of like different diameter tubings, like smaller tubing for all the braces and like little widgets like that.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
It just adds a little bit.
Adds a lot of dimension.
Now it's his turn.
Tell me about the what?
The mob.
The mob what?
Mob armor.
Mob armor who? Explain.
So we're gonna have a redundant system. We're gonna run a mob armor enclosure, this bad boy right here.
Sure.
So you can, boom, pop this girl out. This is gonna be Kevin's baby. They did some custom engraving for us as well, which is sweet. Thank you guys. But we ran this system in the Slug Shark, and lead nav, and it ran really good. But we got a bigger iPad for this, so we could see at faster speeds. And then I'm gonna run a Lawrence on that side, so we have 2 redundant systems in case if service or one takes the poop, we got backup options.
I like it. That's a big part of desert racing is having redundant systems and backups and spares and everything, be able to switch it on the fly so you don't have to stop and make big changes. That's smart. You guys are smart. Talking about this too, what does this thing do? What's this for? It's all the kids at home.
The opposite of the Bernies. So that's like the lock 'em up slideys into the Bernies.
Got it.
Yeah.
The ripsticks, got it. I like it.
Next to that is pretty rad. A new composite ProGate shifter from B&M. Super rad. It's really lightweight. It's got really good resistance and smooth fluid action to it. With a little teal magic ball knob on top. Wow. Oh, see that with the quickness.
For the speed shifts, bro. For the speed shifts. I like it. You guys did a really good job on this. This is hard. It's that last like 10% that's always the hardest part, and you guys did a really good job executing that. I know we're not like at a complete final stage, but you're really, really close, and you guys are doing a great job.
Go show them some of the fenders.
Yeah, well, fenders. Look at the body.
Check out some of
Show me your body, bro.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, this one.
Oh, look at you guys. Just so cool. You guys got 2 of them. I see how this works. You guys are wild. Oh, wow. There we go. Okay.
These numbers right
So it's a badger bug. I see. Oh, now I get it. Now it all makes sense.
sense.
That all makes sense.
Yeah, I run these over at Camber Works, another company in El Cajon.
Yeah.
That we've worked with for a long time. They did this body all custom. So Blake made this shell out of 3 different bug shells originally, because we were gonna do a steel cab
Yeah.
on the first rendition of it. But we took that steel cab to Mexico to Fiberworks, and they worked it all, and they made the fiberglass body off of that
Got
as
it.
a plug.
Nice.
So now we have
That
mold
looks.
for the whole.
This looks
body.
a lot easier to replace than when you crunch steel.
Steel cabs. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, me too.
So do you.
Yeah, so the body was all like it started out as a real metal shell.
Sure.
As far as the hood and the fenders and all that stuff, we did that on CAD.
It's nice stuff, too.
40s and all that fun stuff. I
Cool.
don't even know where the actual fenders
Pins
are.
are
Right now,
nice.
but yeah, super cool. We did
Yeah.
the OG style headlight,
Yeah.
the bezel and everything. So yeah, I drew all these on CAD, and then Fiberworks has a big foam cutting machine, like a CNC machine. So they machined it out in foam blocks, glued them all together to make the plugs for the mold.
I like it.
These are really cool too. We did kind of like an OG style running board.
Got it.
So these kind of go over the exhaust, exits on the sides. Cool stuff.
I like it. Retaining as much Baja bug as possible.
Trying to keep that,
Yeah.
the VW feel
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. How much fuel does this thing hold?
It's supposed to be like 75 gallons.
75 gallons?
I debated on going back and forth, making it a little bigger, but we wanted to keep the car proportionate.
Sure.
So
Sure. Yeah, there's definitely.
that's where it kind of just landed. That was a nice size for the whole rear of the car, and then
Yeah.
75 gallons is what we got. So.
Sure. No, that works out perfect. I like it. All the weight's in the back of the car.
Yep, all
Make
behind
thing
the
do
axle.
big old pop wheelies. Big shocks. Did you guys design these shocks? These off the shelf shocks?
These are just the King Trophy Truck package.
Okay, perfect.
Basically,
Cool, cool, cool.
3.0 coilover, 16-inch, and 4.5 18-inch bypass.
Nice. You guys are doing a great job. I'm excited to see this thing boogie.
Yeah, excited to run with you.
Yeah, right. I'm excited.
Door to door.
This is motivating. Now I have to put my own car together, I
and
guess. You're right?
Big old bumps and jumps.
Well, Blake, thank you for showing me your rig.
Bug. Yeah, it's a bug, dude.
Rig bug. Bug rig.
TT Jaws, bug
TT truck bug
Jaws.
rig.
Tight.
When are we going to drive this thing?
Right now.
Well, not right now.
We're going to the dyno.
Okay, yeah, but when are we going to hit jumps and bumps?
It's going to STG suspension
Okay.
on Wednesday to get measured out. And they said within 2 weeks we'll have our shock package back.
Okay.
And then we're hitting big bumps.
Big old jumps, dude. And then when are you thinking you want to race this thing?
Mint 400. We'll take it to King of the Hammers and play.
Okay.
And then Mint 400. It's a rough course. You gonna be
Yes.
there?
Yes, I will be there.
Let's party.
I like partying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, good work. Good job. Thank you for showing me this.
And obviously follow, subscribe, all that stuff. You guys know Blake. You know
Yeah,
how to
dude.
find his stuff. Keep an eye on his Instagram and all that stuff. And you will see this thing hitting bumps and jumps soon, I hope.
Yeah. Like that.